Good morning, good morning, good morning, beautiful people. Welcome once again to Echoes of the City with Sinaye. You know, a lot of people have been asking me, why go with the name Echoes of the City, you know? And I thought today, let me explain to you guys just a little bit about why I decided to choose this name. So the clear definition of what an echo is literally sound waves surfacing back to the listener, right? So I want you guys to know that this show is a reflection of yourselves. And the city is not just based in Johannesburg, it is literally a reflection of wherever you are. If you're listening from the Eastern Cape, if you're listening from Nigeria, if you're listening from the UK. I remember seeing some comments and tweets about people from the UK listening, Canada, wherever in the world that you are part of the Echoes of the City family. So welcome once again, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Today, as you can see, we are doing things a little bit differently. You guys can not only see or hear me on the radio, you guys can have access and see my handsome face. And not only see my handsome face, but we have a very, very special guest in the building who also has a handsome face. The man in the studio that I have brought today is a man who needs no introduction. But for that 1% of you guys who don't know who he is, I'll just give you guys a little bit of an intro as to who this man is. Today in studio, we have someone who most people might recognize from Big Brother, you know. But those who have really been following him will recognize him from the Sprite ad that he once did all the way in 2019, which catapulted him obviously into the entertainment industry and made him the big man that he is today. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the talented writer, the musician, the thespian, the artist. This man can do it all. Sabelo Ngube, a.k.a. Papa Ghost, is in the building. Yeah. How are you doing, my brother?
Good, my brother. How are you?
I'm super good, bro.
It's great to be here in your space.
Hey.
Bogart.
Come on, man. Come on. You know what it is. Thank you for coming, bro. I really appreciate it, man.
Thanks for having me, brother.
Yeah. How have you been?
Man, I've been good, man. Just like a ton of work.
Yeah.
You know, like writing is not a cakewalk.
Yeah.
It requires a lot of work. It requires a lot of focus. You're like writing the thoughts of like 20 different people coming from your own brain, and they all having conversations.
Yeah. You have to be tweaking just a little bit to do that, eh? Not anyone can do that, man. And I mean, I'm speaking from experience working with you inside the house, you know. People saw what we got up to, man. I have to say, you're one of the best that I've ever seen, man. And I hope you continue at your craft, bro.
Hey, man, we're here, we're building, dog.
Yeah, that's what it is. By the way, do you know how many ghost jokes that I have? I've got so many ghost jokes, bro. Like, yo, what? For those who might not know, like, where does the name Papa Ghost come from? Like, how did you come up with that name?
Papa Ghost is actually an amalgamation of two names.
Okay.
Ghost, I got from my friends because I stayed in the Eastern Cape in
Yeah.
Port Elizabeth.
Yeah. You already know.
So I stayed in PE for like 4 years, and I was a DJ and a student.
Nice.
But mostly a DJ.
Yeah. You like the money.
Yeah. So I would like randomly just appear in the city in Joburg. Like I'd fly in on a Wednesday night and fly out on a Thursday afternoon, you know. And
Yeah.
my boys would be like, you're a ghost.
Yeah.
Lost ghost from the East Coast.
Yeah.
Know? And then they shortened it eventually just to Ghost. And then like my nieces kind of, I guess, didn't want to call me Ghost.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like their dad, so they used to
Okay.
call me Papa. They call me Papa or Papi. So they just added that to my name, and they call me Papa Ghost. So
Yeah.
I was like,
I like this name. Pretty dope name, bro. It's very unique. You know, I've never heard anyone with a name. It's always just Ghost or Papa, you know. But combining the two, it's pretty, bro. It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. So Echoes of the City is all about music, bro. You know.
Sure.
I want to know from the man himself, what are you listening to right now? Let's start. I know it's Drake. I know it's Drake, first of all.
Okay, yeah. I'm definitely still on For All the Dogs. Like, it's still in my blood. And also, I had like a 3-month sabbatical from it. So, I kind of had to rejuvenate that spirit. But right now, what I'm listening to incessantly is Childish Gambino.
Okay.
Ada Vista.
Yeah.
It's actually a repackaged album from like 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
Yeah, but they remastered it. He's added new features. He's added some new songs, some new sounds. It sounds insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very grown and sexy.
Is there a specific song that you want us to play from there, like right now?
Gosh, if I had to choose one song from the project, I would have to say Littlefoot, Bigfoot.
Littlefoot. Wait. I think wasn't that the song that's on your story? Remember, you have an Instagram post that you posted. Did you not add that song?
Yeah. I did. Littlefoot, Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. Let's
Yeah.
check it out. Littlefoot, Bigfoot.
Crazy song, beautiful music video. As you know, Childish Gambino will always, push the envelope when it comes to the visual aspect of music.
Yeah.
And the video also tells a very deep story about the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
Something that people should check out.
We'll play it just now. Speaking of very deep stories and writing and all of that, are there any current writing projects that you're working on? Things that obviously you can share? Any exciting projects that are coming along in the pipeline right now?
Yeah, man. Like right now, working on developing my stage play, my first ever stage play.
Wow.
I was fortunate enough to be introduced to some constituents in Mpumalanga and Witbank specifically that wanted me to kind of bring it there. So I brought it there, and there's a group of high school kids and some kids from around the community that I'm working with to put the whole showcase together, like from the talent on stage to the people that are going to be in the crew and production along with myself and Narato are all kids.
Wow.
So that is really, for me, such a beautiful place for me to start my journey as a writer, a storyteller. And also I've got something also cooking, a mini series that I've been working on ever since I left the house.
Crazy.
It's a lot of work. It's 4 episodes that are 50 minutes long. So
50 minutes long?
Yeah, it's a lot of work, bro. But I'm putting it in there, dog. I'm putting it in there, and so far, it looks really good. Like when I send it to the people that I'm working with, they're like,
this is heat.
This is it right here.
It's having a fish. It's not having a fish.
It's not having a fish. This one. No. 10 out of 10. So I'm currently working on these 2 projects. One is for stage. One is a mini series. Okay. And I'm just gonna take it one step at a time. From here. But my show is gonna be on at the Witbank Theatre. Civic Theatre.
Dates?
Next month on the 22nd of June 2024.
22nd of June 2024, guys. Have that date mapped in your heads.
Go.
We are at Gustavo's event, man. That's beautiful, bro.
Thank you,
but I'm
bro.
listening to you tell me about you creating a series, a 4 episode series, 50 minutes long each. I'm trying to think, what's the creative process behind that, bro? When you write these stories, what happens? Do you have a ritual that you have? You're okay, I'm gonna sit down, maybe have a sip of coffee, maybe Irish coffee, whatever, who knows? And then you start writing. How does it go?
How it starts is that I have a conversation with myself.
Okay.
Literally, that's how it starts. I'm sitting there and a story about, and I'll literally interject in between, nah, that sucks. Don't do that. Nobody would want to see that. That's how it literally starts. And then from there, I build on the characters.
Yeah.
Literally where I'll always start when I do storylining is I'll do a brief synopsis. The story is about this. It's centered around this. It's Balega, the play that I'm doing, is centered around Fees Must Fall and the plight of, South Africa's youth in terms of getting an education and getting an affordable or free education, because I think that's a basic right that everybody should have access to education. So it'll basically start there with a synopsis, short one, and then I'll go build on the characters. Then I'll just write, okay, there's a first character, Sinaye. Sinaye is tenacious. He's charismatic. He's brave, he acts like this and does like that. And then from there, after I do that, then I'll go and I'll do an extended synopsis.
Wow.
Then after the extended synopsis, then I start writing
flowing.
the dialogue. So it's quite a process, bro.
How relevant is this though with what you're telling me about Ubalek that you're writing right now? How you're speaking about the youth and education, right when we just voted, for a change in the country. By the way, did you vote?
Yes, I did vote. I did vote. I was one of the last people to vote in Tembisa yesterday. It was quite...
Yeah. Why did you vote all the way at Tembisa?
Because I feel like where I stay in the suburbs... and I saw the lines when I was driving around. It's a lot of people that have the same interests. So I wanted to go somewhere where I share interests with people. I've always voted in Tembisa.
Man, that's beautiful.
And I'm kind of just try and make sure that the people that have the best interests at heart for the people, ikaslami, are the ones that get the position.
Yeah, that's very beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get into this because obviously people want to know, but don't worry, I'm not gonna fry you or anything, bro.
Nah, that's okay.
But Big Brother, is there a difference between Ghost from Big Brother and Ghost from the outside world? I know my answer. I could speak. But I just want to know from you. Do you feel like that was a different person that was in there, or you someone else when you're outside, or is it all the same person?
I think it's not that cut and dried. You walk into the house as yourself, and you go through a transformation as the days, the weeks, the months roll by. For some of us that were there for the duration.
Yeah.
And then you exit the house, and then you kind of need to now start readjusting to your life outside, and also like the notoriety. You're now this person that people are interested in, and like you've got thousands more followers on Instagram and stuff like that. So for me, I think when I say I'm still myself, I'm still the same me that walked into the house, I mean that in the sense that my principles and my morals in life are still the same. But in terms of my character and how I interact with the world, it's definitely changed.
Yeah. No, that's lovely. There's definitely a difference. That's lovely. I understand. I fully understand what you're talking about, man.
Word.
But also with post-show, how have you been adjusting to it? I know this is a question you probably got a lot of the times in all the interviews you've been in, but like, how have you finding post-show?
And they were too early with the question, actually.
Yeah.
Now's the right time. You're the right guy to be asking me the question.
Let's go.
There's certain moments where like I suffer withdrawal from being in the house. And like nobody ever told me about that. I never heard anybody else talking about it. But there's days when I'm like, the world is a lot. I wish I was in the confines of the house.
Wow.
Because you're in there and your only stress is wager task Thursday.
I get
and
that.
Sunday.
Yeah.
And Sunday.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah,
man. What did we call it again? What did we call it when you're standing up on Sunday? Your numbness. Numbness was kicking in, man.
We used to call it namhlanje. Stand-up gang, those were the stresses in the house. And when you're back out here in the real world and, you're navigating life day by day, sometimes it's like it can get a lot, and you're like, oh God, I just wish I was in there. Just give me like 3 days in the house. Where I can just walk to the fridge, make a sandwich, and
grab ice cream for
free.
Grab
some ice cream
for
and
free.
Take a nap during the day.
Yo, bro, that's crazy, man. I took a lot of naps there, man. Yeah.
It's crazy though. People don't even know that you took naps.
Bro, no, I did. Yo, you know how tiring that place could get, bro. Yo. But that's beautiful, man. Listen, I want to play a game with you, ne?
Cool.
Let's play this game. It's fun. So you're going to think of something, ne? I call it 10 questions. You're going to think of something, and the only thing that you could tell me is give me a category. So if you think of a song, you can be like music,
Okay.
If you think of a soccer, you can be like sports,
Okay.
I have 10 questions to ask you to guess what that is.
Okay, so you're going to say sport, and then I'll guess.
No, I'm going to guess what you are thinking. So you're thinking, and then I'm the one that's going to be asking you, is it this? Is it that?
Okay,
is it this? Is it
okay,
that?
cool. Let's get
you
it.
Getting,
let's get it.
Are you thinking of something? Is it locked in?
I'll
give it time. Think about it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I got something.
You got something?
Is it gonna be like rapid fire or just?
Yeah, like rapid fire.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Let's go.
And then I've got 10 questions to ask you only to guess what this thing is. 10 questions, and then you can only give me a category for now. Just
okay, cool.
You ready?
Cool.
Okay.
Entertainment.
Music.
A little bit.
An artist.
Some.
Drake.
No.
What? I'm on 3 questions now, no?
Yeah, you're on 3 questions.
Okay. A song.
No.
Your song?
No.
Jeez. You said it's kind of like music, ne? Kind of. I'm not too far off with music.
Yeah, you're not too far off.
A play?
A little more close to home than you think. Nope. That's 5.
Oh my God. 6.
6, yeah.
A little more close than I think. You're not allowed to give me another hint even. Why did I even suggest this game? A play?
No, you already said a play. So
I already said a play.
I'll
take
that
cool.
one. I'll take that one.
A musical?
No.
A South African artist?
No.
Jeez. AKA?
No.
Damn. I got one more.
I said entertainment, right?
Entertainment, yeah. Man. I've just been getting nosy. I'm trying to think.
Catching L's with
Yo. Damn. Last question. What can I ask you? You said it's an entertainment. Is it a new South African album? What? You got it? Did you get it?
He's got it. I don't know how he's got it.
What is it? The mic?
Bogart Radio.
What?
It's a little closer to home.
Wow. And you gave me a hint. You're like, it's close. Wow, man. Bro.
Look, I mind warped you there.
Yo, you finished me.
I mind warped you
You
there.
finished me. I was like, what? Okay, inverse now.
Okay.
Let's go. So I'll think of something.
Okay, cool.
And then, you ask me the questions.
Okay, cool.
You ready?
Let's go. And you know how competitive I am, right?
I know. Okay, I got something.
Okay.
Category is sport.
Is it in football?
Yes.
Is it a team?
No.
Is it a player?
Yes.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
He got it right. I'm so bad at it. You got it right, bro.
3 questions, bro. That's what I took. Let's go.
Gustavo, the champ.
No,
Gustavo.
we're back is this us back in the arena?
Bro. Yo, there's that day when you kicked my ass, bro, and I was just sitting in the corner. I was like,
Nah, that day was rough, bro.
it was rough. It was intense.
Do you realize that I added that last piece literally in the last 3 seconds?
Bro.
Because it fell and I didn't notice and I started building the thing. But that thing was hard. I don't think people understand. I don't think people get how hard some of that stuff is, bro. Like the sand. Remember the sand?
None of us could get that right, bro. Who won that? I think it was Mac Jr. who won that.
Yeah.
Of course, Mac Jr. won that.
Mac Jr.
Aye. Anyway, speaking of football and football players, this weekend, Champions League final,
Yes.
Real Madrid, Dortmund. Who you got, bro?
3-1 to Dortmund.
3-1 to Dortmund.
3-1 to Dortmund. And this is just this is the underdog me speaking. Yeah, I've kind of like settled into this life as an underdog.
Underdog where though?
Look,
How are you an underdog?
Look, I'm the one you least expect to come through sometimes. And I hope that Dortmund pulls up and puts on a show for the world. Because, I mean, it's great. Real Madrid is an amazing team. They're probably top 3 best teams in the world right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying that because I think like Man City is really the best team in the world right now.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think they are.
But I would like to see Dortmund,
pull off a win.
Change the narrative a little bit,
Yeah, I mean, geez, Real Madrid.
I mean,
Man
United beat Man City in the FA Cup final.
That was so surprising. I thought Man City, but then it's like Manchester City derby, anything can happen.
I was not surprised at all. I even told one of my friends the day before. I was like, because he's like, "What do you think is gonna happen?" I'm like, "Manchester United's gonna win."
Yeah,
and he's like, "It's because you're a Man United fan, right?" I'm like, "No, like that team has a way of stepping up when they have to, and then losing to Watford.
Yeah, I mean, there are no excuses on that one. You guys literally beat Man City fair and square, bro.
Sure,
like it was a clean game. No excuses. The ref made a wrong call or anything like that.
Clean game.
But I mean, I think Real Madrid 14 championships already. I mean,
dude, like they must chill,
just
bro.
give it to another team
They
right
must
now,
chill,
bruh.
bro. They like Willie in the arena. They must chill.
But I think Dortmund. My personal opinion, I don't think they're gonna make it. I would love for them to win it, but who knows, man? The stakes are high.
It would be very
pressure's high
if they did win because I feel like it is the year of the odd person or the odd team or the odd. I mean, I hope it happens in our elections.
Yeah.
I hope it happens in this Champions League final. It happened in the FA Cup final.
Yeah.
It happened on Big Brother.
Yeah, man. Literally, bro. I think this is the year.
It's the year for the underdogs,
man.
Let's
I
go.
like the year of the underdogs, bro. Year of the underdogs. But yeah,
that sounds
man.
cool. That's actually the year of the underdog.
Yeah, that's
a
you
vibe.
could write a song.
I'm gonna write something about that.
Speaking about song, like, are you still in tune with the artist in you, like the musician in you? Are you still writing music? Because I remember seeing a story of yours on Instagram saying that you're writing a song and how music heals you and all of that.
Yeah,
are you
man.
still getting into that?
Like the thing is, like my time right now, I don't have the time to be in studio and working on music because of the stuff that I'm doing in writing stories. But I did make time, and I did go to a studio session with one of the guys that I do write music for regularly. His name is Donny Lasto. He's got a single coming out called Need Someone, which I wrote on as well.
Nice.
Produced by JT. Amazing song. So I went through the studio with him, and only after that whole process and getting back home, I was like, I feel different. Which reminded me that like music for me is like therapy, you know. Whether I'm listening or I'm working on it, it always comforts me. It always brings me back to, you know, ground level type of thing. So I'm trying to make more time to like deal with music because it kind of like supplements, you know, what gets taken out of me creatively.
That's lovely, bro.
Word, bro.
And then just tracking back a bit, because I want people to know the Gustavo that I know, you know, that the Gustavo that I met in the house, and the one who I was like, man, this guy's amazing, you know, you became a brother to me, you know. Like,
bro.
Tracking it back, you know, like what I know you've got an older brother who's Andile, you know, and he does what he does at the level that he's at, you know. But for you, you know, like, what inspired you to get into this space? And you're like, I want to be in the entertainment industry. I want to write stories. I want to make people feel good. You know, how did you even discover that you could do that?
It's crazy because I mean I tell the story, but I never tell it in full detail.
Okay.
Which I'm not gonna now as well.
Okay.
But since I was a kid, bro, like my interests were always different from my peers. Like when my mom is a big music collector, you know. Well, not so much now. She's a senior citizen now. But when she was younger, and I was like 4 or 5 years old, she had a huge collection of music. And back in my days, Sinaye, the music used to come with a CD. It was called a CD.
Not a cassette.
No. No, actually,
cassette.
I was in the cassette era too. But like, so her CDs would come with a sleeve, and in the sleeve you would have the lyrics, the songwriters, the credits for the music and everything. So I would literally sit with stacks of CDs while I'm listening to something random, reading all of the stuff, like the credits, reading the lyrics and stuff like that. So my passion for writing and that process of creating started very early on in my life. I think the first song I wrote, I think I was like 8 or 9 years old.
Damn.
The first song I ever wrote. Do
you still remember how the song goes? Or a little bit of the lyrics?
Yes, I do. I actually do.
How does it go? Give me some bars from the song, man. Let's get it.
Not my singing voice. I've been criticized.
I was lost, but now I see.
Dude, actually, that's. Oh, you just reminded me. Like I need to get on that because I want somebody to do that. I actually want somebody to do that song.
How
did that song go? It was called Superstar.
Okay.
It doesn't matter who you are.
Okay.
If you put your mind to it, you can be a superstar.
Whoa,
follow your dreams,
man.
You'll go far.
Yeah,
it was something like that.
At 8, 9 years old, bro. And that song is kind of like a manifestation of your life right now, bro.
Right.
You saw this coming from early, bro. Beautiful, dog.
Bro.
That's amazing. How did you even think of that, bro?
Man, like I said, I was a very like nerdy kid. I stayed at home. I read a lot. So I was very like well informed.
Okay.
So in terms of how I saw the world, it was not like the typical, you know, child type of thing. I had this imagination that was really wild, and I always saw things from a different perspective. And I think the first time I ever wrote anything for actors, I was in high school.
Wow, really?
And I wasn't even part of the drama club. There was a guy, his name was Sanele Kasa. He was part of the drama club. And for some reason he approached me and was like, dude, I'm working on a play, please help me. So I helped him with that, and then he did the play. I actually never even went to go watch it.
Damn.
Because I was just such a
You were that kid.
Scatterbrain kid.
Bro, but like I know you come from a family of thespians, you know. Some people might not know who your uncle is. You know?
Yeah.
And your big brother as well. You know, like, what role would you say they played in terms of influencing
Even my dad,
you?
actually.
Even your dad?
Even my dad, yeah.
Okay.
Rest in peace, man.
Rest in peace to your dad.
Yeah. My dad was an actor and a stuntman in the 80s and early 90s. And him and Mzansi They worked
That's
together.
Ghost's uncle, by the way.
Yeah, they worked together and they did a couple of shows together. But my dad left because he was like, "There's no money here."
Yeah.
I want money. And he got into business and he did well for himself too.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about like getting into business like your pops?
Bro, you know, I've thought about doing a lot of things. I'm an entertainer, dude. There's nothing like I've tried. I've had a full-time job. I used to work for an IT security company, and it was a very serious job.
I remember.
You know, and I did that job for 3 years, and I used to work 10, 12-hour days, 7 days a week. You know, no breaks type of thing. I can work a 9 to 5 or 8 to 8, you know,
24-hour job,
yeah,
bro.
you know, type of thing. But it doesn't feed my soul.
Yeah,
it doesn't make me feel like I'm living my life's fullest potential.
Yeah.
So I'm one person that believes in that. You do only live once.
True, man.
You know, YOLO. A wise man once said YOLO. And that man is one of the greatest
Shout out
poets
to Lil
of all
Wayne,
time,
man. Yeah, man. He's a goat.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, speaking of passion and things driving you and you living once only, you know, we were chatting earlier on about like work ethic and whatnot. Do you think your passion like drives your work ethic? You know, because I was telling you how impressed I was with your older brother, you know, with his work ethic.
Yeah.
And impressed I am with you, like being with you in the show.
Yeah.
And how you would just actually, Taki and I were having a chat about you the other day. So we were talking about how insane your work ethic is, right?
Yeah.
You remember the day you came back and it came back in the box and you're an animated villain.
Yes.
The day you joined our team, the Hyenas team, how you just literally changed the dynamic of our team, like how you did the what's that thing, mannequin, the hyena. What did you call it again?
Ninja.
Hey Ninja. You called it Hey Ninja.
Hey Ninja,
how you did that whole thing, you know, how your foot, you had an injury with your foot, didn't go to the gym. I remember going to the bathroom, seeing you there chilling, still working on this thing. I'm like, man, me, if I had an injury, I would be napping, bro. But you decided, you know what, let me still work. Like, I want to understand, like, for those who might not even know, like, where does your insane work ethic come from, bro?
So it's a combination. I'll say it's a combination of passion. Like I love creating. I love art. I love being in the space where something is birthed from nothing, you know?
Yeah.
But also fear of failure. That's one thing that really drives me. Like when I'm like, let me just take the snap, or I'll see this tomorrow. I'm like, you're gonna fail.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna be mad at yourself, and you have no one else to blame.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like negative reinforcement, but reinforcement nonetheless.
On that though, do you take breaks and like give yourself grace and you're like, you know what? Let me breathe for a bit.
No, I don't.
You need to start doing that, bro.
I don't.
You need to start doing that. When are you gonna start doing that?
I'm actually going to the spa. After this.
Soft boys.
You know, I'm gonna go to the spa after this and like, you know, get pampered a little bit.
Yeah.
But immediately after that, it's back to work.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't blame you. You know, if you want to get things done, you have to get that kind of mentality, especially in this industry. And
it's very cutthroat, bro. And like, there's always somebody who's gonna work harder than you. There's always somebody who's more talented than you. So if you're not putting out your maximum capacity, you're never gonna know your full potential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I hear you, bro. Before we let you go though, like, is there anything that you'd want people to like know you from? Like, what do you want people to remember you as who? Like, who were you? What do you stand for? Not just your claim to fame, but like who Sabelo is.
I think, and that like I've never been asked that question in that way, and it immediately popped up to the top of my head. Love, man.
Wow.
Love. I believe in love. I believe that love is like the most powerful tool and the most powerful weapon at the same time in the world. Like, if we loved each other more as a race of beings, you know, the world would be a much better place. And I try to spread as much love as I can in the world as possible. And I'm always, you know, willing to receive love as well. Strangers, family, anybody. I love love, and I believe that we should love more, and we should extend ourselves in the form of love as people.
Yes.
To live a fruitful life also.
Yeah,
you know?
man. Wow, that is so beautiful, bro. And I mean, on the topic of love, you know, you were known as someone who in the house was kind of the opposite of that, you know. Some people had some negative things to say and they had a negative perception of you. But then those who got to know you, I think everyone who gets to know you will see, but yo, man, this guy is not.
Nobody saw all the nursing sessions of
real,
you know, and all that the just, you know, general kindness that I think I possess as a person. You know, I'm an empathetic person, and I always say it's not just because I'm a Pisces. It's because I'm a mommy's boy, and you know, because
shout out to the mommy's
know,
boys.
Yeah, because I know that kind of nurture from her. I always try to extend it to other people as well. So people didn't get to see all of that. They just saw me in my
villain era.
Excellent. in my villain
But how did you
mode.
feel like coming out of the show and seeing that people had that perception of you? Did it bother you? Did you feel like maybe I should explain myself, or what? Like, how did you deal with it?
It definitely did bother me because I'm not one of those people that say I don't care what people think about me. I care what people think about me.
And that's true, man.
Because I'm out here and I'm a representation of, you know, my life's journey, my family. I'm a representation of you as well. You're my friend. You're my brother. And you know, if somebody were to say that guy's whatever, it would affect you as well. You know, so
true.
it did affect me. But at the same time, for the purposes of why I went on the show, I was happy that I made that much of an impact.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, talking point, ghost, cool, thanks. But don't really like, you know, the manipulation, because there was a lot of manipulation and people being kind of manipulated and driven into thinking and saying these things without having their own opinion. Which is why, like, immediately when I got out, a lot of people that were on the apps on social media talking smack about me were like, hey, it was just a game. We actually think Ghost is really cool. Da, 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 da. And I was getting all of that from people, from the feedback from my team. And I was like, oh, that's really sweet, you know?
Wow.
And I was not mad at them either, because it was a game. And I wasn't actually that aware of how far the game extended, you know? But the person who won definitely did. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
That boy's a genius.
For real.
That boy's a genius.
But I mean, understandably so. I think people need to understand when you're in that game, like, that is your world at that point, you know, and
For sure.
and you're not really aware as to how far things can extend. you know. Even us just being entering the show, rather, you know, like our mental space where it was at, where it is when you go on the show. There's a whole lot that happens mentally, you know. But I think you handled everything like a champ, bro.
I think you did too, bro. I think like you are one of the people that had a lot of struggles in terms of homesickness and adjusting to living with people. But the way that you transformed through the days and found your comfort and found, I guess, a new version of yourself as well. Like I'm saying, we're all evolved in there, you know.
That's true.
I was really happy to see, you know, your progress and,
Wow,
you know,
man.
what you did with your time in the crib, bro.
Thank you so much, my brother.
my
Thank you. I
brother.
appreciate it.
Word.
Before we let you go, where can people catch you on all your social handles? Where can people find Usabelo Ncube or Papa Ghost? Where can people find him?
I'm at Papa Ghost on everything.
Yeah.
At Papa Ghost.
How are you finding the influencing thing, by the way?
I don't do it.
I
don't do it.
It's hard.
I did a little bit of influencer work with my brother, but like, I don't do it. I'm trying to broker some deals here and there with brands that I'm interested in working with.
Okay.
But everything is a process and it takes time.
Nah, that's beautiful, bro.
Yeah. How are you finding the influencer work?
It's a struggle, bro. It's
Content creation
at
is
heart,
tough, bro.
I'm a sports broadcaster at heart. That's me, you know. But you gotta do what you gotta do,
Hey,
man.
it's
You
part,
gotta
it's part
do.
of, it's part of the
Part
game.
of the job.
Yeah, it's part of the game. Word.
Sabelo Ncube, Papa Ghost in the building, guys. As you just heard him, what he wants you guys to take away from is love. You know, he's a man of love. He wants you guys to spread love. So as you guys progress with your day and go on with your weekend, I want you guys to remember what this man said. Let us all spread love and let love be the echo of the city today. Till next time, guys.